Clinton campaign paid to infiltrate Trump Tower. White House servers to link Trump to Russia. But before we get started on this, something that I've been I've been assuming, I've been alluding to all the information that I have been putting together for years now. Seems to be validated by this report here. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out, hit that alarm bell so you know when I put out new stuff. Also, check out my Patreon where I talk about things that I can't talk about here on YouTube. And check out the link in the description for my merch. I got my link tree there with my merch, t-shirts, and Let's Go Brandon t-shirts and all types of different types of t-shirts that you can get there. And it's all made here in-house, and it helps to fund this organization. All right, let's get into this news. Lawyers for the Clinton campaign paid a technology company to infiltrate servers belonging to Trump Tower and later the White House in order to establish an interference and narrative to bring to government agencies linking Donald Trump to Russia, a filing from Special Agent John Durham says. Now, this is huge, huge, huge news, and I'm interested to see will mainstream media pick up on this news. When, by mainstream media, I'm meaning the MSNBC and the CNN. Will they talk about this? Because this is huge. The same thing I said from the beginning of it, that Donald Trump was spied on even when he was in the White House. Because you remember when he first got into the White House, he didn't stay in the White House. They redid they cleared everything out, got rid of everything, and even ran new wires and everything because it was speculation, and I was one of the people that speculated that it was bugged. So he knew that he was being spied on. I can't remember the name of the person that went to Trump when he first got in. They met with him at the tower and was like, "Hey, you're being spied on." That's when he first was aware of him being spied on. That's why they went into the White House and cleared everything out. But let's get back to this Durham story, because that's a whole rabbit hole there. Durham filed a motion on February 11th focused on potential conflicts of interest related to the representation of former Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman, who has been charged with making a false statement to a federal agent. Sussman has pleaded not guilty. The indictment against Sussman says he told the then FBI General Counsel James Baker in September 2016, less than 2 months before the 2016 presidential election. Now keep that in mind right there. It's 2 months prior to that he was not doing work for any client when he requested and held a meeting in which he presented purported data and white papers that allegedly demonstrated a covert communication channel between the Trump organization and Alpha Bank, which has ties to the Kremlin. But Durham filing on February 11th in a section titled Factual Background reveals that Sussman had, quote, had assembled and conveyed the allegations to the FBI on behalf of at least 2 specific clients, including a technology executive, they call him Tech Executive 1, at a U.S.-based internet company. And I believe that was probably Strikeforce. At a U.S.-based company, Internet Company 1, and Clinton campaign. So you got Tech Executive 1 at a U.S.-based internet company. They call it Internet Company 1. And they work with the Clinton campaign. Okay, so Durham's filing said Sussman's billing records reflect that he repeatedly billed Clinton campaign for his work on Russian Bank 1 allegations. Now, you know, the name of that bank it slips my mind, but I used to remember the name of that bank. The filing revealed that Sussman and the tech executive had met and communicated with another law partner who was serving as general counsel to the Clinton campaign. Sources told Fox News that the lawyer is Mark Elias, who worked at the law firm Perkins Coie, and I've been talking about that shady law firm for years now. They're one of the main law firms that's behind the whole Spygate. Every time since the inception, since we first started looking into this, their name's been coming. Their Perkins Coie name been coming up. During Durham's filing states that in July 2016, the tech executive worked with Sussman, a U.S. investigative firm retained by law firm One on behalf of the Clinton campaign. Numerous cyber researchers and employees at multiple internet companies to assemble the purported data and white papers. In connection with these efforts, Tech Executive One exploited his access to non-public and or proprietary internet data, the filing states. Tech Executive One also enlisted the assistance of researchers at the U.S.-based university who were receiving and analyzing large amounts of internet data in connection with a pending federal government cybersecurity research contract. This is all people that's within the government, within tech. And this is the first that we're being aware of the whole tech government collusion. Tech Executive One tasked these researchers to mine internet data to establish an interference and narrative tying then candidate Trump to Russia, Durham states. In doing so, Tech Executive One indicated that he was seeking to please certain VIPs, referring to individuals at law firm One and the Clinton campaign. This is huge. Durham also writes that during Sussman's trial, the government will establish that among the internet data Tech Executive One and his associates exploited was domain name system DNS, internet traffic pertaining to a particular healthcare provider. 2, Trump Tower. 3, Donald Trump Central Park West apartment building. 4, the Executive Office of President of the United States, EOP. Durham states that the internet company that Tech Executive One worked for had come to access and maintain dedicated servers for the Executive Office of the President as part of a sensitive arrangement whereby it provided DNS resolution services to the EOP. Tech Executive One and his associates exploited this arrangement by mining the EOP's DNS traffic and other data for purposes of gathering derogatory information about Donald Trump, Durham states. The filing also reveals that Sussman provided an updated set of allegations, including the Russia Bank data and additional allegations related to Trump, to a second agency of the U.S. government in 2017. I'm gonna have to come back with that bank. It's like at the tip of my tongue. I cannot remember the name of that bank. Was that Alpha Bank? It was Alpha Bank. Yeah. In Sussman's meeting with the second U.S. government agency, Durham says he provided data which he claimed reflected purportedly suspicious DNS lookups by these entities of internet protocols, IP addresses, affiliated with a Russian mobile phone provider, and claimed that the lookups demonstrated Trump and or his associates were using supposedly rare Russian-made wireless phones in the vicinity of the White House and other locations. See, this is the stuff that they made up to try to have a reason to go in and spy on Donald Trump. The special counsel's office has identified no support of these allegations, Durham wrote, adding that the lookups were far from rare in the United States. For example, the more complete data the Tech Executive One and his associates gathered but did not provide to Agency 2 reflect that between approximately 2014 and 2017, there were a total of more than 3 million lookups of Russian phone Prover 1 IP address that originated with US-based IP addresses, Durham wrote. Fewer than 1,000 of these lookups originated with IP addresses affiliated with Trump Tower. Durham added that the data collected by Tech Executive One also found that lookups began as early as 2014 during the Obama administration and years before Trump took office, which he said is another fact which the allegations omitted. In his meeting with Agency 2 employees, the defendant also made a substantially similar false statement as he made to the FBI General Counsel, Durham wrote. In particular, the defendant asserted that he was not representing a particular client and conveying the above allegations. In truth, and in fact, the defendant was representing Tech Executive One, a fact the defendant subsequently acknowledged under oath in December 2017 testimony before Congress without identifying the client by name, Durham wrote. Former President, former President Trump reacted to the filing on Saturday evening, saying Durham's filing provides indisputable evidence that many campaign and presidency. I'm sorry. Let me do this part over. Former President Trump reacted to the filing on Saturday evening, saying that Durham's filing provides indisputable evidence that my campaign and presidency were spied on by operatives paid by the Hillary Clinton campaign in an effort to develop a completely fabricated connection to Russia. And it's true. This is absolute proof that Hillary Clinton was behind the whole Russiagate thing, which we've been saying from the very beginning. The whole thing was made up to discredit Trump. This is a scandal far greater in scope and magnitude than Watergate, and those who were involved in and knew about this spying operation should be subject to criminal prosecution, Trump said. In a stronger period of time in our country, this crime would have been punishable by death. And that is absolutely true. I mean, could you imagine the evil that they had to conjure up to be able to do something like this? These people are evil. Trump added, in addition, reparations should be paid to those in our country who have been damaged by this. And I agree. A former chief investigator of the Trump Russia probe for the House Intelligence Committee under then Rep. Devin Nunes, and Devin Nunes did great work into looking into all of this. Cash Pastel said, and Cash Pastel did wonderful work and putting out all the redacted stuff, all the stuff that the Democrats, the information that the Democrats lied about and didn't want to get out. Cash Patel was the one that went in and read this stuff and put this stuff out. But he said, excuse me if y'all hear my dog barking in the background, I apologize. But Cash Pastel said that the filing definitely shows that the Hillary Clinton campaign directly funded and ordered its lawyers at Perkins Coie to orchestrate a criminal enterprise to fabricate a connection between President Trump and Russia. Per Durham, this arrangement was put in motion on July 2016, meaning the Hillary Clinton campaign and her lawyers masterminded the most intricate and coordinated conspiracy against Trump when he was both a candidate and later president of the United States, while simultaneously perpetrating the bogus Steele dossier hoax. Patel told Fox News, adding that the lawyers worked to infiltrate Trump Tower and the White House servers. I mean, this is diabolical. The anti-Trump dossier, authored by ex-British intelligence officer Christopher Steele, commissioned by opposition research firm Fusion GPS, was founded by the Democrat National Committee and Hillary Clinton's campaign through Elias law firm Perkins Coie. Patel added that Sussman relayed the false narrative to U.S. government agencies in the hopes of having them launch investigations of President Trump. Sussman's indictment is the second prosecution to come out of Durham's probe. But it goes on. There's a lot of information into this. I'm definitely going to be getting into this a little bit more later on during the week. I'll do a deeper dive into this, but this is just some big news. Let me know what you think about all this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, and check out democrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time.